Hello, hello. Good evening. Sorry, I just about ran out of time. Just trying to set up things, and I plugged things into the wrong USB port, and nothing was set up properly. So hold on one second here. I've got to get a couple things in order here. I see you, Sean Robinson. Hello. Let me just pop out my chat. Get that thing. Hold on. Cool. Bear with me a second, folks. And do this. Alright. Boop. See if that's working. Hey, zombie. Alright, that's working. Cool. And Michael, hello. Phew, beat the countdown. Hey, Sean Robinson. How are you doing? And DOA Hitman, did we beat the Battle Kids 2 game? We did not beat the Battle Kids 2 game. So where we're at in Battle Kid 2, don't make me say Battle Kids 2. Battle Kid 2 is, we are still in the Gauntlet of Evil. I streamed it on Monday night, made it to, I think, a new room or two after a couple of hours of just refreshing myself and grinding. It's just grinding. So then Monday night, after the stream, I was just like, fine, I need to just practice these later rooms, and it's very difficult because you get to a new room and you instantly die, and then you don't have time to react and figure out how to get through that room. And every time you die, you start over again because there are no checkpoints in the Gauntlet of Evil. And that's the game. It's hard, but I'm losing my patience with this game. I already did the Gauntlet of Evil in the first game, and that almost broke me. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to use save states to practice the new rooms. So I did that, and I got past the Gauntlet of Evil. So I have a password for the end of the Gauntlet of Evil. But I want to do it legit. I want to do a full run through the Gauntlet properly. So I tried to do that last night and record it, and I didn't quite make it. I came very close, but I didn't quite make it. If I don't play any more Battle Kid 2 tonight, which we could potentially do after XEVIOUS, I will probably just record it offline like I originally planned before Monday, and Monday we'll start fresh in a new area. So that's where we are. That's where we are with Battle Kid 2. And then we still have, I think, another area and some bosses, and then we're done. So, Captain Algebra, welcome back, sir. Hello. It's good to see you. Next week is a game that I think you will enjoy watching, Xexyz, which I think I picked up because I saw you streaming it. So I'm very excited about diving into that one. Battles Kid 2. Hey, Dyer51. Yellow. How are you? Mr. Whoop. And I don't know what you're talking about, DOA. Oh, typoed, eh? Hey, GMC, I had this game when I was 5 years old. It was one of my dad's favorite games, but we could never get past the first level. Yeah, I'm not convinced I'm going to get past the first level either. So, hey, Jim, how are you doing? Captain Algebra says Xexyz is great. Yes, I intentionally didn't watch your stream too much because I didn't want to be spoiled, although I have a terrible memory. I've seen Megadan stream games, and I've seen you stream games, and then by the time I finally get around to them, even Battle Kid 2, I saw the Renaissance play levels in Battle Kid 2, and I completely forgot about them by the time I got to them. So like that boss where you're fighting all the clones of yourself, and then it ends up being like a giant clone, totally forgot about that until I did it myself. So anyway, I hope you all are doing well tonight. We're gonna play some XEVIOUS. I meant to get my copy of Super XEVIOUS because I have a Famicom cartridge of Super XEVIOUS, and I thought it might be interesting to pop that in after XEVIOUS, but maybe not tonight. But we will do later on in the stream, not right now. Later on in the stream, I have a humongous box here. I'm not joking. You couldn't tell. I'm gonna mess this up. You couldn't even tell on Twitter how big this box is. But hold on one second. So that is a huge box. I will give you a teaser. I did mention that it is NES related. I would also say this. It is a box full of smaller boxes. So there are smaller boxes inside of it. but I saw lots of cool guesses about what it could be, and I'm gonna prolong the suspense a little bit. We're gonna play some XEVIOUS and see what's what. Is the Famicom version of Xexyz different from the Famicom version of Xexyz different from the NES version? Dyer? Hey Richard, how are you? Is it a set of infinity stones and a power glove? Oh, that'd be pretty sweet. Somebody guessed that it was a Sharp Nintendo television. Clearly, the way that I picked up that box, that is not a CRT, even a small CRT with a built-in NES. So, oh, thank you, GMC, tuning into another quality NES stream. I appreciate that. We'll see just how quality it is. They changed the entire story when it's ported to the NES. Really, Dyer? That's interesting. Okay. Is it XEVIOUS? I don't actually know. I'm calling it XEVIOUS. Hey, Hector, the game collector. I'm sorry, I just saw you. You know, I don't think I realized until just now saying it aloud. That really just flows off the tongue, doesn't it? Hector, the game collector. I like how that rhymes. Hector, the game collector. That's good, man. That's good. He, Hector, just check out Hector's channel. He recently debuted a new logo and a new banner image inspired by Hector, Starship Hector on the NES, Hector 87 on the Famicom, and I was a little bit associated with that one, so that was cool. Helped to inspire it anyway. Thank you for dropping a like. I didn't mean to click on that one, Stampede. This chat is scrolling way too fast. Whoa, okay. I meant to highlight that. Thank you, Hector. Y'all see that the NES Bad Dudes under the Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninjas game is on the PSN store? Really? Or is that the arcade version? It's 10 EVIUS. Clearly it's 10 EVIUS. Hail, Diener. Yes, the North American release of XEVIOUS has the subtitle The Avengers, which is weird. It's kind of like how Galaga, the North American port of Galaga, one of my favorite NES games, is Demons of Darkness, something like that. Galaga Demons of Darkness, is that right? Something like that. Demons of something or other. Anyway, welcome, Stampede. Good to see you. Also, the Famicom Star Wars by Namco is much better than... Oh man, what's going on with my chat here? Than the JVC NES Star Wars games. Yeah, I would kind of want to pick up the Famicom cart of that one, Dyer, but I think having an English translation of that is helpful for that game. I didn't even get very far in it when I streamed it. Maz and Power, hello. Cool. Well, it is really good to see all of you folks here. Thank you so much for coming by. I should just start playing the game now. You guys are all rail shooters like this seem so similar. Oh, Dragon Spirit's fantastic, GMC. I love that game. Captain Algebra did, I think. Did you do a no death run in that, Cap? You certainly did a 1cc. I streamed it. I think Megadan did a no death run. I want to say. I'm not sure. Demons of Death, right? That makes more sense than Demons of Darkness. Oh, I guess that is a Bandai thing. Dig Dug 2, Trouble in Paradise. That's interesting. Yeah, I want to play more of that Star Wars game. It's so weird. It's such a weird game. I have been picking up more Famicom games lately. The problem is j4u.co.jp, the site that I order from, refreshes their stock, it seems like every Wednesday. So if I check in, they have different cartridges. But now we're kind of at the point where some of the cartridges I want are a little bit on the pricey side. And by pricey, I mean like $15 or $20 or more. Some of them are very pricey. Some of them are kind of like in that little sweet spot where they're kind of, that's not that expensive compared to an NES cartridge. But for something that I don't really need, it starts becoming a little bit more of like, do I really want to buy that? So there's still a few like low-hanging fruit, some games that are $10 and below that I want to still pick up. But every time you order, it's at least $16.99 for shipping. And I've already done like 2 or 3 shipments by now. And then there's like a threshold, and I've been figuring out how many games you can add to your cart before you jump to the next shipping fee. So I think if you have like 12 games in there, then you jump up to like $19.99, and then you add more and you jump up to like $22.99 or something like that, and then it becomes 26. So it adds like a few dollars for certain batches of games, which isn't too bad. But anyway, man, this chat is hopping tonight. Pac-Man Pellets of Justice. Did you guys see? I tweeted this the other day. Somebody wrote a book about like video games in the 70s, and his description of Pac-Man was like, he thinks that you play as a lemon that is trying to devour Pac-Men. The ghosts he think are Pac-Men, and your main character is the lemon, and you have to collect power points. It's amazing. I kind of want to get a copy of this book. Did a 1cc, but not a no death run. It'll also be the TG16 version. Yeah, I need to play that, Cap. That's impressive. That's an impressive accomplishment, I think. Mr. Matthews, hello, sir. Welcome. When I do come back to streaming, I plan on streaming with Adventure Island 4. Yes. Thank you, Cap. That's awesome. I mean, I thought you might want to stream it. There's no pressure at all. If you just want to play it and enjoy it, so there's no expectation there at all. But I figured you'd probably stream it, and I will definitely watch that. Oh, I forgot there's a Master System version of Star Wars. I should try that one out. Man, okay, man. There's a lot of folks here. Hi. Hi, thank you for coming here. Who in the community has all 716 cartridges of NES Glory? In the community, so it depends on what you mean by the community. So I know somebody named Arc Poly, who he streams on Twitch. He's trying to complete playing the entire NES library. He actually also owns the entire NES library, North American. I don't know anybody on YouTube that has them all. Like I know. No, I don't know anybody I don't know anybody personally, like online, who has the whole library except for Onpoly. I have like 400 plus NES cartridges, which is reasonable, I guess. I don't know. I think it's a pretty good amount, and I'm still buying them, but I'm not trying to collect like the whole set. That's just madness. Captain Algebra is trying to collect the entire Genesis library, which is very cool. Stream the other NES Adventure Island games, so I have to stream number 4. Absolutely. Go for it, Dyer. Go for it. Mention your upcoming project. Go for it. Oh, is it the YouTube channel? Drop links and stuff. Go for it. Megadan and Zombie. No, Megadan doesn't have all the NES games. And I'm assuming you mean got a NES them all. I assume you mean like the actual physical cartridges, because of course I have the entire NES library like on an EverDrive. But back in the day is getting closer to a complete NES set. Less than 100 to go. Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I have never tried to set that as any sort of goal. My goal is to acquire as many NES games as I feel like. Is that a goal? Some of them are crap. So I will buy some cheap games, but I'm not buying up sports games that I for the most part, that I don't think I'm actually going to play. Like the games that I'm buying, especially at this point, because I'm streaming them, are games that I actually at least want to try or want to play, or there's something interesting about them. Things like that. I'm never going to buy a game just to own it. Like, you know. All right, let's try this. I can multitask. I can play and die and chat. You guys entertain yourselves. So you drop bombs, you shoot things. These shoot 'em ups that have the little arrow. I mean the crosshairs. I've never really been good at these, like figuring out like where the bombs are going to land. I mean, I know that's supposed to help you, but I'm not particularly good at that. Please let me know if the audio balance sounds good to you. I don't know if this game has power-ups in it. I did read the manual. I did look at the manual. I don't think it said anything about power-ups, actually. So maybe you don't. I hope I'll get some kind of speed up or something. Some fighting lifesavers? Like, what are these things? Flying discs? And I do think this game has an end. Does not have an ending, but I know that it like loops after a certain number of stages. So I think there is a way to kind of claim that you've beaten the game. I think Jim mentioned that it just repeats, which is fine. I mean, that's kind of standard for a lot of these score chaser games. There's nothing over here. Okay, there's nothing on the map. It's kind of hard to find like a walkthrough that was specifically referring to the. Oh, okay. I couldn't scroll all the way up to the top there. Huh. Okay. It's kind of hard to find a walkthrough that was specifically about the NES port. And it's not that I was trying to find like cheats or anything. I just wanted to see how many stages it has. And I feel like it has like a dozen. Either a dozen or 16, like one of those. So, yeah, I don't know. This seems pretty simple so far. Which isn't bad. I mean, it's fine. So this was apparently very successful. I mean, this was obviously a very popular arcade game. And I believe... What does that even say? I can't read that. What's that thing flashing at the top there? I can't read that. It's something red. Is it recording? Oh, this is one up now. Was it just garbled before? Oh, it looks weird on the green background. Are you guys seeing that? It says one up when it's on like a clear background, but then when it's on green, it just is completely garbled. Is it just because of like my CRT? I don't know. I couldn't read that. Whoops. That's kind of a cool explosion for the ship, though. Let me. Whoa! Oh, I made it to the checkpoint. I think these things look like. These things look like the Phantom Zone flying at me. Oh yeah. So the NES game sold really, really well, and they wanted to do a sequel to it, but the creator of the game was like, "This doesn't need a sequel. I'm not having any part of that." And then he like left the company and went somewhere else. What is that? Is that a port? What does that do? Okay, I don't know what that does. Whoops, and then I'm dead. Okay. Stage 1. Catch up on the chat here. Alright. So the sequel, Super XEVIOUS, is very different, and it has like puzzle elements and stuff to it. But I did pick up the Famicom cartridge of that. Alright, so... Dyer51 says, I'm finally joining the YouTube community. Already set up the channel. First video should be coming soon. Yeah, that's awesome. I've seen some of the videos that Dyer has been doing, and you should drop there it is. And I know he's going to address it shortly, but he's going to be playing games with his wife, Betty, and she's not really a gamer. She hasn't seen these games before, and he obviously knows a lot about games. So it's kind of they have an interesting dynamic going. Feels very comedic, very really fun banter going back and forth. And I personally love couples that stream. I think more couples should stream. I wish I could stream more with Cora, and I think that we have fun when we do it. In fact, I hear her coming in the house right now. But anyway, I think you guys are going to enjoy it, and he may be doing live streams at some point as well, but I think these are going to be like short videos that he uploads, which is really cool. A dragon who sleeps on a horde of new cards. Oh, thank you, Captain Algebra. The Great Gatsby shirt. Man, I loved the NES port of the Great Gatsby. So I had to buy the shirt, and this was the coolest shirt that they had in the shop, I thought. Sports games are the best. I got 163,000 views on a sports game stream. What? Yeah, so Dyer says it's going to be all about retro gaming and comedy with my wife, unrehearsed and unscripted. And here's his link. Audio mix is perfect. Thank you, JMC. I appreciate that. Cheerios of Doom. Sounds about right. Stampede, did I skip X-Men for Alphanumeric? I did not. I kind of wish I had. You must have skipped it. You must have missed it. That is a terrible game. That was a miserable experience. I did not enjoy that. One mini game in Slater took more effort than this entire game. You mean to make it, Richard? To actually pass it is another story, indeed. That is weird that the 1-up is only visible on certain backgrounds. On my Wii U, trying to put in my debit card. Oh, good luck, Eldiner. Oh, did they get rid of that? You can only do eShop stuff now, like e-cards. Is that even a thing? Nintendo cards. Yay for couple streams. Thanks for subbing to Dyer's channel, everyone. Trust me, I watched a couple of his test videos, and it's really fun. So I think you'll enjoy it. And it's a different kind of take on things. Like we have reviews, and we have like first reactions, and it's kind of an interesting dynamic because it's like he's a seasoned player, and then she's providing the first reactions. it's cool. I like it. It's kind of how I did my Star Trek reviews with my friend Tori, where we were watching Star Trek the original series and then TNG. We're still on hiatus, and I had seen all the episodes before. I was a huge Trekkie, and she had seen some of them, but not all of them. And so we were able to kind of do reviews that were a blend of like, here's how this thing fits into the series, like the franchise, canon, and science fiction in general, and then here's how it fits into the era, that it was made in. And then she's also given her reactions as somebody who hasn't seen it before, and I'm giving my reactions as like a fervent like fanboy, and it was a cool back and forth. Let's see. Yeah, it was Uncanny X-Men. That's right. Thank you, Jim. The shared trauma of X-Men brought us all closer. Now, if I could get the support dire against DOA. Hey, I think we're all following everyone here, right? It's a bit hard to see. Okay. Yeah. Cool. It'll be interesting when she turns the tables on you. I'm curious to see what happens. All right, let's try that again. Does this game have power-ups? It's so slow. Like, the ship is so slow. I guess I also don't need to hit everything, right? I should just... Is this really just like a score chaser? I mean, I need to progress. And I think you can't really tell when you've hit a new stage either, because they just kind of meld into each other. Something like that. Needless to say, I don't expect that we're going to play this for really more than an hour or so, unless it's like phenomenal. I also don't expect that this is going to be a terribly long stream tonight. I know sometimes I'm known to have some longer streams, just because I have some other things to do. Okay. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know what I would play after this. Like I said, I could do more Battle Kit 2, some grinding in the Gauntlet. I keep saying Garden. Gauntlet of Evil, or I kind of want to get back to Willow, but if I play Willow, then I'm going to want to stream for a long time. Battle Kit 2, I could probably just put it down after a little while and be all good. I don't recall seeing anything about power-ups in the manual now that I think about it. This might just be too basic, like, too early a game. I don't know. These look like they should destroy them. Oh, they should destroy me? Okay. Alright. And plus, you can't go farther than, like, here. That's as far forward as you can go. So I was trying to veer around something earlier, and I couldn't do it. So you don't have, like, the full range of the screen here. Music's nothing special. Enemies are nothing special. I don't know, it's fine. Despite the number of deaths that I'm experiencing here, it's not the most punishing of shoot 'em ups so far. It's not like Starship Hector. You know. Alright. Okay. Oh, that's bad. Okay, good, they stopped shooting at you. That's awesome. Yeah, these are definitely Cheerios of Doom. Like, what stage am I in now? Am I still in stage 1? Like, where am I? There's no frame of reference here. I'm just going. Oh, okay, I think I got a 1-up. Okay. Like, why does 1-up flash the whole freaking time? Like, what is the point of that? Because I don't actually have, like, a 1-up the whole time. Oh, dear. Okay. Yikes. Should I be using the NES Advantage for this? Oops. Those things look like little X-Wings. in my imagination. So you have to clear a stage like at least 70% in order to. Oh, I can't go farther up. At least 70% in order to hit a checkpoint. It looks like. So here we're back here. Those are not dying. Okay. Nope. 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 Just gotta dodge the spinning bathroom tiles or whatever these things are. Gonna hang out over here. There's nothing over here. Oh, wait, hold on, I lied. So that it looks like it should be something, like, because it looks like it's got like a portal or something inside there, but I don't think so. Oh, wow, okay. Ah! Oh! Game over. Alright, I don't know how far we got. Got a high score, though. Alright, go back here. Hold on, I think I got some text. I don't know if these are important or not. I don't think it's an actual text. Just like my phone keeps alerting me to things. That's fine. Okay, let's scroll back here. Wow, a lot of chat here. Should I port more of my Twitch stuff to YouTube? I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt, right? If you want to archive stuff. I don't tend to. I need to pay more attention to what's going on Twitch, but you know, it might be a way to get people to check out your Twitch channel if they are primarily YouTube folks. They just covered that Uncanny X-Men game on Retronauts, and their consensus was the same as yours. They did not like it. Did they just do that? I think I did not notice that they just covered that episode. Is that a recent one? It's a Winnebago with wings. Is this where I parked my alpaca? So Dyer says this is the original XEVIOUS, so there are no power-ups at all. You'll occasionally fight the Andor Genesis mothership, which is the boss of each stage. Okay. Lone Star. Flying Winnebago. Stream so long that Cora gets concerned for my physical and mental health. Oh, we're well past that. Some of the streams that I've done. The all-night streams. I streamed Tiny Toon Adventures, and I streamed it all night. And the only thing she was annoyed by was the fact that she wanted to watch me play it. That was a while back, though. Who wants to know the first non-American sort of GTA-like game I beat was? Okay. What is my favorite NES game that starts with the letter Z? I can include X-Men if I want. Favorite NES game that starts with the letter Z? I don't know yet. I don't, because I'm not done, but I think it's going to be Xexyz. It's going to be Xexyz, I'm pretty sure. I haven't played it yet, but from what I know, it's going to be that one. Betty is a modern gamer. Okay, Dyer. Yep, I get it. Cora can do fine with retro games, but she definitely plays more modern games. Which is why when I stream BioShock, I hand the control over to her for certain things. Thought it was too primitive to be fun. It's not bad. It's just it's pretty mindless, Eldiner. Side note: a friend of mine has been live reacting to the Orphan Black podcast. Really? That's pretty cool, Richard. That's pretty cool. Live reacting. Is there like a channel for that? Because I would totally check that out. Is that on Twitch or YouTube or something like that? I wouldn't say who I am. I just like kind of want to check them out. My one of my episodes is up this week, and then I'm doing an Instagram live chat on Friday at 3 p.m. if she's interested. I'm assuming that it's a her, but it may not be. Them if they are interested. This was really influential to the Japanese devs. Yeah, that makes sense. This could use some Twin B bosses for color. Can't even handle the red color of the 1-up thing in the corner. Off-brand crosswing fighters. All right, I gotta scroll through here. So what did that say? What did DOA say the game was? Yakuza. Oh, Yakuza. Okay, I've seen people playing that. Those look pretty cool. The very latest, really, Michael. Okay, I'm a little bit behind, I think. Let me see here. I've got my podcatcher right here. I'm still listening to Retro RGB from today. Oh, yeah, you're totally right. Monday's episode is X-Men games. Nice. All right, I'll be listening to that later this week. Very cool. I liked Wolverine, actually. My wife would get really mad when I stream for 3.5 hours. I come to bed around 1 a.m. My core is totally out when I come to bed at all weird hours. Oh, private library action with my friend group. And they are RFA. Okay, cool. Well, that's fine. Keep their secrets. All right, let's try this. Let's try this one again. It's 10:30. I feel like I made a little bit of progress there. It's just actually really hard to know what kind of progress you are making because it's not like there are stages. I mean, I think this serves the purpose of like, okay, I have like 10 minutes to play a game. I feel like shooting things. You know, let me play this for a little while. I guess the really only value in, well, blowing these things up obviously is to get rid of those things from hitting you, but also I guess for points, right? And then you get 1-ups. It's really sad that I'm terrible at shoot-em-ups because I really like them and I like the idea of them. One of the Famicom games I picked up is called Galg, and it's a kind of a puzzle game too, sort of thing. Whoa, that was close. Okay, don't hang out up there because you can't really maneuver when you hit an invisible wall, which I'm guessing is just some kind of limitation of the game. And Super Star Force is kind of a puzzle game too. Or I guess it's not necessarily a puzzle game, but there's just like some interesting like time travel stuff going on in it. Figuring out how to play it. I'm not good at these. Like, I think I would get better at them, obviously, as if I put the time into them, like you do with any game. Like, anybody could really get good at any game, I think, overall. But they're not necessarily games that I particularly want to put a lot of time into all the time. Unless it's something interesting. Like, Dragon Spirit really kept my interest because it was so different. One of the homebrew games that I have is called Starkeeper, and I really want to record a full playthrough of the game because it's a really hard game to get a hold of. And as far as I know, there's no full playthrough of it, although I know some people have beaten it. Unfortunately, it's kind of like a side-scrolling shooter mixed with balloon fight, which I actually really like. That's one of the reasons why I like the game so much, because I do like balloon fight. But it's also very hard. And there's supposed to be a password. There's supposed to be a code that I believe is actually the Konami code, because it's hidden in the manual, but nobody can figure out how to activate the code, like where you need to implement it in the game, and nobody further knows what the effect of it is. So I suppose even if you did implement the code, you might not necessarily know that it was doing anything. I see some new ground tiles, so I think I got a little bit farther here. And since we're talking about shoot-em-ups, I think, so if Michael's still here, please drop a link to your channel, Michael. Michael, oh, darn it. Michael is actually coding an NES shoot-em-up game, and has been live streaming his programming sessions, which, you know, are actually kind of chill. Like, even if you don't know anything about programming, I enjoy hanging out and distracting him a little bit, but mostly I like hanging out, watching the game come together, and watching him figure out problems. You know, he'll hit a bit of code, like, how do I do this, or what am I doing, or why isn't this working? And then you're seeing, like, live somebody troubleshooting code, which, okay, again, maybe it's not the most interesting thing in the world, depending on who you are, but I find it pretty interesting, and it's just kind of delightful company to be in for, you know, an hour or two. I think he might be on a short break right now from streaming, but it's also like a really valuable resource if you are trying to program your own NES game as well. Okay. I didn't even break my high score. Okay, that's bad. All right, let's scroll this back a little bit more. Here we go. Going back, going back, going back. Okay. Here's one secret for you. They are loving the voice work. Oh, the voice work is phenomenal, Richard. It's really cool that they got so many of the cast back from the show. Even just the first season with Tatiana doing just all the voices and narrating was really cool. On a Xevious note, the sequels range in quality. Super Xevious Famicom is okay. Xevious Vardrout Saga for the PC Engine is pretty good. Super Xevious Arcade is decent. Okay. Solvalu Arcade, I got to play once and it's not bad. And Xevious 3D /G PS1 Arcade is really good. Wow. Okay, see, Dyer knows his stuff. If Zombie isn't in the chat, at least we have Dyer. Zombie probably also has a ton of knowledge about this game. You have Starkeeper. I do have Starkeeper, Michael. I was lucky enough to get a copy of that a while back. I traded 2 gems in my collection. Well, 2 expensive games in my collection. One, Dragon Warrior 4, which I actually miss, and the other, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter. And at the time, like now, they're worth probably twice what they were worth back when I traded them. But I didn't want to drop a couple $100 to get the game, which also was a bargain for Starkeeper. But I lucked into it because John Riggs had an extra copy and he sold it to me. So I heard it on. I heard about it on. Wow, it's been so long that I totally blanked out on the name of the podcast. Assembly Line podcast, and it sounded amazing, and I really wanted to be able to play it, and there's no way to play it unless you have the cartridge. So then I just was like, how do I get this? And John was like, I've got a copy that nobody wants to buy. I was like, okay. And he was up for a trade. So I did it. And I figured I could always get Dragon Warrior 4 or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters on the NES again if I wanted to. TMNT Tournament Fighters I never liked anyway. And Dragon Warrior 4, realistically, I won't get to it anytime soon in terms of playing it. And when I did get to playing it, I probably could just do it on the EverDrive because I don't know if I want to replace the battery on it. But that was the thing. Like, I could play those games anyway if I need to. So, sounds interesting. It feels like one of those games that you have to play for hours straight at the arcade to reach the kill screen. Yeah. What game is this again? Oh, Starkeeper. Yeah. Yep. There's Mr. Cheramonte's channel there. Yeah, really, I'm serious. Like, go check out his stuff. Like, you may not know that you're interested in watching somebody code an NES game until you start watching it. Could be an acquired taste. So, yeah. So I've been wanting to stream. I would stream Starkeeper, but I want to get better at it. Like, I've only been able to get up to, I think, stage 4 or something like that. It's really hard. Been watching lots of hey Ron, I don't think I saw you. Come in. How are you? I've been watching lots of NES programming videos. I don't know how to program my microwave, but I find them interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know there were more of them, but that's neat. Michael's pretty good at diagnosing his issues. I just stare at my code for 3+ hours until it dawns on me what I did wrong. Wouldn't make for an interesting stream. Hey, Life with Matthew. I have played Micro Mages. I streamed, I think, the first loop of it, or the first run-through of it. I've beaten it once. I haven't beaten the hard mode yet. I'm at the end of hard mode, but I've never been able to actually finish that last stage. I've been playing Xevious since I got the 7800 port for Christmas one year. Oh, I should try that one out. Cool. Dyer does pretty much know everything I found, and not in an annoying way either. Yeah, he's just sharing stuff that, like, he's also saving me a ton of time. Like, I'd have to be Googling for like half an hour to find all this information. Assembly line, yeah. Exactly. It's been so long, I totally forgot about it. I guess that's what happens when one of you has a kid and the other one of you is like making a new NES game in record time. It took me 2 hours to code a typewriter effect on Twine. I need to do some Twine at some point. I'd like to do that. Hey, Richard, by the way, since you're a writer, And if you're interested in Twine, or you're interested in making games like choose your own adventure type games, there's a company called Choice Of. I think it's just called Choice Of, and they make essentially modern choose your own adventure style games for like your phone, for PC, I think, as well. And they look for writers. Like, you can pitch them and possibly get to write something. And I keep meaning to do it at some point. I haven't done it yet. I haven't pitched anything to them yet, but it would be really cool, because writing a choose your own adventure would be definitely one of my career goals, because I loved those books when I was a kid. Is Courier close to going to Kickstarter? Is it? And it seems like he's pretty far along in it. That's awesome. Hey, Hugo. All right. Let's make another run for it. Good to see you guys. It's really awesome that you are all here to hang out on a Wednesday night. I really appreciate it. And also, furthermore, I just really enjoy your company. It's like, I try not to get too like schmaltzy about it, but I've been in several streams recently where I kind of wanted to just say, like, look, I like you people. I like you guys. I really enjoy the fact that I have like these online friends who share this like admittedly niche interest with me, and are delightful people, and very supportive and interesting in all of your own rights. Like, I've talked to some of you on the phone before. I look forward to meeting some of you, in person at some point, I hope. But anyway, yeah. So I don't want to be all sentimental about it, but it's not just like, it's not views or whatever. I like hanging out with people, and it's constantly amazing to me that anybody will sit there and hang out and watch me play a video game, especially when I'm like dying over and over and over again. So, there it is. Just I think it doesn't hurt to say that from time to time, right? Or maybe it could just be the pandemic like settling in, and the lack of human company, like in-person company, is making me be like, oh my god, I love you people so much. But yeah, I don't know what I would have done over this here pandemic if I didn't have like people to actually interact with like on a regular basis like this. Like, I've interacted with some of my in real life friends more often online, which has been cool. But then also just having this, to look forward to every week, and streams, my streams, other people's streams. Like, it's cool. It's cool. This is a fun thing that I am enjoying as long as it is here for, Alright, these stupid things. I feel like this controller is like having a hard time. I think BattleKit is destroying it. BattleKit 2 is destroying the D-pad on this controller. It's still perfectly responsive. It's creaking a lot more though. Like, I don't know if you hear that. It's like creaking. It's getting like crunchy sounding. And it's a little bit tougher to control. So last night when I was playing BattleKit 2, trying to get through the gauntlet and record it, I was just like, I was having a hard time, and I decided to switch over to my Dogbone controller, which I used to swear by, and then I stopped using for like the longest time. And the Dogbone controller was way easier to control with, like almost too easy. Like, I was overshooting a lot because with this D-pad, I think one thing that's nice about the D-pad is that like you can do very delicate kind of maneuvers, and I think the D-pad on the Dogbone is so much looser and easier to press that I was like overshooting a lot, and it's not so it's just like effortless, which once I adjusted to it, it was good and it felt good. This feels like a lot more like there's more resistance on the buttons, and I think that overall I like that, except that it is more tiring when I'm playing a game, especially something like this. And the buttons are a little bit springier on this, which is I think nice. But then the raised buttons on the Dogbone are also really comfortable. Like, they kind of help, I think, with like doing rapid fire type stuff. So I don't know if I should switch controllers, or I switch this one for one of my other Joy cards, because I've got like 3 of them. I've got one other Joy card that is in regular use, or at least it used to be. I used to have it hooked up to my AVS, but I only have wireless controllers on my AVS at the moment. And then I have a brand new Joy card in box, complete in box, that I got for like $30 on eBay before people started buying these things up and prices got stupid. Because I think people are starting to find these things, find out about these controllers, and they're becoming more popular, so they're getting more expensive now. I died again. Oh, I'm still alive though. Still alive. And the fact that you can't get any like continues in these games. So one shooter that I've been playing off and on, mostly off lately, but I keep returning to it, is 1943, because I have a password for that, so I can just kind of keep chipping away at it. I really find 1943 a lot of fun. So I want to spend more time with that one. But I haven't really been playing, and I still want to finish Legendary Wings. I haven't quite done it yet, but I haven't really played it much since the last time I streamed it, I think. So, alright. Alright, scrolling back. I got a whole bunch of comments that I missed. Hugo's here. Wish it was easier to do co-op for Micromages. Yeah, there's an NES emulator that's NetPlay, and then there's something called, like, what's that thing called? PyPacker something, where you can do it, I think. PyPacker. I haven't, like, looked into that at all. But I think that's, like, they have a lot of homebrew games on there. Absolutely interested. Can I ask you for a link after the stream? Who are you talking to? Link to what? Talking to me? I don't know. Let me know if you're referring to me. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Comic Man, lurking and working and finally playing some Forbidden West. Awesome. Good to see you. Oh, Stampede. I want to get a picture taken with me. Seem like I have a salty personality. All right. I will say that probably in person I'm a little bit different. Especially with people that I know very well. But overall, I think what you see is what you get. But I'm a little bit more sarcastic, and I think I have a slightly different style of humor that comes out when I'm not in public like this. Am I doing any conventions this year live with Matthew? I'm not sure. I'm mostly avoiding them. I did an online BossCon last weekend, which was just 3 panels, and I was moderator on 2 of them. I'm trying to avoid a lot of those things. I don't know if I'm going to RTX this year. They haven't invited me yet. I'm assuming that they will, but I don't know for sure because I don't have like another book out with them. But that's also in Austin, Texas. I'm not really keen on going to Texas at the moment, but if they invited me to RTX, I might consider going. I mean, if the numbers looked like it would be safe enough. I don't know. 50-50, we are awesome and you are awesome. I would consider something like, Too Many Games, which I've tried to go to for many years and haven't made it to. I haven't really gone to any gaming conventions. But in better times, I liked going to Dragon Con. I liked going to like World Con, stuff like that. Hello, Anna. Watch someone die a lot, point in front of a TV, and then just give up. Yeah. The controller is absorbing all my hate and become a cursed. The controller is absorbing all my hate and becoming a cursed relic. A Muramasa situation. That's funny. Oh, okay. You were talking to Richard. Was talking to Michael. Cool. Yeah, making connections. Awesome. Fun fact: the little tanks you see every so often is called a Grobda, and for some reason, it's given its own arcade game. What? Hey, Thumb Brothers, thank you for the GL. I appreciate that. Disney Dame, hi. Gonna pop me on the big screen. Very cool. Good to see you. DOA needs help making a Raspberry Pi. They're not too hard. I found some good walkthroughs. If I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out, I think. Oh, you were talking to me. Choose your own adventure novels. Okay, I'll try to remember to do that, Richard. Texas is a great place. I'm a bit biased, to be fair. I mean, I've enjoyed my visits to Texas, and I have friends who live in Texas. Texas is becoming a little bit scary. Come to Midwest Gaming Classic at the end of April. Oh, I'd love to. I'll have to, April. I'm trying to think. Like that's short notice. It feels like, but I'll at least look into it. I think that would be cool. I'll look into it. I mean, the idea of flying someplace and then paying a bunch of money to potentially go and pay a bunch more money on stuff. What do you say? Should we do one more attempt here and then open this giant box next to me? What do you think? I could do that. I wonder if Cora wants to join for that. I thought she was going to go to sleep early, but haven't been to a con since 2015. Something has always come up since then every year. Yeah, it's tough. All right, we're going to do one more of these at least. Oh, I went to a Mag Fest. That was really cool. That was really fun. I went to one Mag Fest, and that's when I got to meet Kevin Hanley and Sogus. And Bo. I don't know why I'm blanking. I'm blanking on their names because it's been so long since I heard a freaking podcast from them. I keep wanting to offer, like, I feel like I'm a pretty busy person, or at least, I don't have as much free time as I think I'd like. But I keep wanting to offer, like, do you guys just need somebody to help you edit the podcast? I could help you edit the podcast if that would help us get episodes out sooner. But I know for a while they were having problems with, like, actually getting to record it. And now I think they've solved that because I think Bo has a better, like, internet connection now. But now Bo has a baby, so it makes it a little bit tricky too. Like, so I don't know that I could help with that. But I love the podcast so much, and I think it's a great asset. And at least there's the Homebrew Game Club, so there's other podcasts that are sort of rising to fill the void. But it's such a delightful show, and I've learned so much about homebrew games from them, and it's really fed like a really important part of the hobby to me, because I really am into the homebrew games, which I also need to stream more. I realize I haven't really been streaming. I've slacked on streaming some homebrew games that have, like, piled up in the past. So there's a lot of stuff that I want to stream, like more homebrews that have piled up. Like, I haven't done Project Blue yet, and I totally should. But then I also want to play, like, Famicom games. I've got all these other game systems, and I don't know. I'm just going where the wind takes me. Just what do I feel like playing or streaming at the moment? And I really enjoyed Metal Slater Glory and finally getting to do that. And I'm thinking I kind of want to play. So I have all these Famicom carts that I've picked up recently, and I want to do some more of those. But I started playing. In order to figure out if I wanted to buy the cartridge of Cosmo Police Galavan, which is, again, a Famicom game, I checked it out, and apparently you really are better off with, like, a translation of it. So I have a ROM translation of it. But in the course of checking the game out, I was, like, really into it. I only played it for about maybe 10 minutes or so. But it seems very cool, and I think I might want to spend some more time with that and then stream it. I don't know if I want to stream a first playthrough of it, or if I want to play it and then stream it just to kind of show it off, which I sometimes do with the streams. I don't know if you guys have played it. Dyer's probably checked it out before. But, oh, darn it. I really like that explosion, though. That it's like a slightly less impressive version of the explosion from Metal Storm. And so this unboxing I'm going to do here, I thought about doing a video, like just recording a video of it, but that's more work. I'd have to record it and find quiet time to do it in, and check the lighting, and there's, like, slightly more pressure to make it look interesting. And then I'd have to edit it and upload it and all that stuff, and I think I am just going to do it on stream. It's just the easiest thing. And you guys are the only people who really care about it anyway, so I could upload the video separately, but it's also kind of like not really necessarily. Is that the Grabda? It's also not necessarily something that I think has, like, a lot of appeal, at least on my channel, which is not primarily a review channel. It's mostly live streaming. I don't know that the value of, like, hey, look at this thing I just bought. Like, I think it's cool. I think it's cool that I got it, and I'm excited to have it. But sometimes it sort of seems a little bit like humble bragging or something. So I don't think I'll do a separate video. I'm just gonna stream it. Okay, these things. Oh, hey, what's this? Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Okay, bad things are happening here. Okay, I'm dying. Oh man, we got to a thing. I don't know what that thing was, but we got to it. Okay. Come to Ohio. We could meet up. I don't think I've been to Ohio before. Last run, then Box of Doom. Open the box now. Finish the NDR and get to the box. Hey, Eldiner just bought Wild Gunman in Hogan's Alley. Very cool. Wait, on the Wii Shop, right? Cool. You got me thinking I should get those too, because even though I have an NES with a zapper and everything, it might be nice to have like a modern version of those. I need to get it in a film crew for the box. Oh, what do I think you may have checked out? Cosmo Police Galavan, Dyer. Famicom game. My channel is gaming and podcast, but my video I did for school on time management has the most views. Okay, well, I've done a few reviews of things on my channel, like controllers and things, which is one of the other things I'm like weirdly obsessed with. And those have done okay. So you're right. I should record it as a video, right? All right. Unboxing's canceled. I'm gonna record a video for it, and then I'll upload it, and we can do like a premiere. And I expect all of you to be there, and we'll talk about me opening a box, on video. Okay, so never mind. That's what we'll do instead. That was the Android Genesis mothership. Okay, so I got kind of far. Got a little bit farther in. Nice to see some Transformers getting some love. That's funny. You used to own that one. It's not too bad. Okay, cool. All right, so I just revoked Christmas. I'm actually teasing. I'm not going to do that. I will open this box right now. I'm going to need a box cutter for it, though, so hold on. Works with modern TVs. Since the Wiimote is much newer technology, is a lot more accurate. Yeah, they use like there's like a reticule or something on the screen, like that little crosshair, right? Just hanging out, playing some games while hanging out here. Well, check this out. I think you might enjoy this. I'm debating whether I want to go get Cora, but she may not want to be on camera or nearby while I do this. You know what? I will check to see if she wants to come and check this out. So hold on one second. I'll be right back. Everyone say something nice as he is gone. That will teach him a lesson. That's funny. All right, let me switch my camera angle over here. Yes. Okay, Cora is hanging out. She's nearby while I try to open this box. Actually, I'm going to move the box over here because it'll give me more room, I think. Actually, it's fine where it is. Hey, Hector. You're still here. Cool. I wasn't sure if you were still here. Okay, I'm just going to open the box. So... Y'all can't see me opening the box, can you? All right. I'm trying to think about how to introduce this thing anyway. I'm just going to take things out, I guess. I will say this. I was looking for one of these items on Hey Oak City. I was looking for one of these items on eBay and Mercari and a bunch of other places, and it was running for pretty penny. And then I decided to check Facebook Marketplace. which I've never traditionally really had great luck with, except getting some games from Eldiner. And I saw this listing that I didn't think could actually be legitimate, and like, so I was kind of excited. So, and it was like a week old. So I'd messaged the guy and I was like, "Is this still available? And would you be willing to ship it? Because it was supposed to be in like Minnesota or something like that. Like, where does he live? Virginia. It was in Virginia." And I was like, but it wasn't listed for shipping. And he wrote back. He's like, "Yeah, it's still available, and I'll ship it. You know." And so I had to think about it. Like, do I really want to buy this thing or not? Because it's kind of a lot of money. But in aggregate, it was less money than it would have been for any of the individual pieces. So I ended up getting it. And it was funny because he listed this thing, and it was actually, it had been listed higher, and then it was marked down. So I don't know what the deal is. Is the people in Virginia just not want this? Or, of course, I could actually be opening up, and it's like, it could just be filled with like junk, and he's just like scammed me. So there's 7 cats in this box, Cora says. There's a lot of amazing like bubble wrap in here. So, all right. So some folks guessed on the stream that on Twitter that what I was getting was like a box of Famicom games. I'll open up. Wow, this is really well sealed up. I'll open up this thing first. This is, well, actually no, that'll give it away. I'll open up the big ticket thing. So this is, wow. Okay, that's even better condition than I expected. All right, I think you guys know what this thing is. Yeah. Which is like such drama. And 2 weeks later, is it the Virtual Boy? No, it is the Famicom, which I've never had. It is a boxed Famicom. My money was on Quantum Cat. That is classy. All right, I need to open this thing up because this actually looks like it's in better condition than I thought it was. But wow, there's a lot of bubble wrap on here. Sorry for the noise. It's an original Famicom. So, yeah. You can see it without the bubble wrap in a second here. All right, it is pretty dusty. It looked better in the bubble wrap, honestly. The box is a little bit torn. But that is an original Famicom in the box. And I have no idea. From the pictures I saw, it looked like it was kind of dusty. So I don't know. Let's take a look at it real quick here. See what all is in here. Okay. So I've never actually seen a Famicom before. I've never actually like used a Famicom like in person before, but this is it. Looks like it could use a little bit of cleaning. It's a little bit yellowed, as many of these things are, and a little bit dusty, but that's not too bad. The controller is actually not great. Oh, hold on. Okay, so one tip that people have said is if you're looking for a Famicom, you should look for like little bubbles on the. I'm looking at Cora. You should look for like little bubbles on the top of it because that means that it still has the protective plastic. This still has the protective plastic layer on the gold plating on the controller. So when I peel that off, it's actually going to be pristine. And the other one, I think the other one still has the plastic on there too. So that's pretty sweet. And it feels pretty good. So I'm very excited. Your ex-wife has one at her mom's place. That's cool. And it's got this weird power adapter thing, I guess. What is this? Is this the RF thing? This is like a weird RF thing. And a plug that I will not plug into my wall because I need to find a different adapter for it. But like, wow, this is great. I don't think it has a manual or anything like that, but you know. I think I know how it works. I think you just pop a thing into it. So does this one have the built-in mic? Yeah, controller 2 has a microphone on there. So my first Famicom. I don't know if I'm going to integrate this into my setup, but I do have maybe some space for it. So we'll see. Because I have all these adapters to play Famicom games on my NES, but I can also now just play them on a Famicom. So there's that. But wait, there's more. So before I get to the thing I actually was looking for that led me down this thing, this package also had something else. So the next piece is this thing. I don't know if you can see what this is with the glare and everything. There's more, Mr. Matthews, there's more. So this is the Famicom Disk System. which I do have a TV that can tune to channel 95 or 96 dire. Mr. Matthew says, wow. Yeah, that was my reaction to that as well. So let me open this thing up, because this is also in the box. If you guys follow Omega Ace Gaming, he has been streaming disk system games on his channel recently, because he got a disk system, and he's plugged it into the AVS. Sorry for the noise again. I'll turn that off for a second. Okay, that's a little bit better. Wow, that's very loud. I also don't want to damage this thing. All right, this box is in much better condition than the Famicom box was. But there it is, the disk system with glare on the screen, the disk system. So that's pretty cool. I've never seen one of these in person either. I don't know if this thing's going to work, like if the disk drive still works on here, or if I need to replace the belt or whatever you're supposed to do. But let me take a look at that real quick here. Okay. Yep, that's a disk system, all right, as far as I can tell.
Wow.
And this Omega's going to be so jelly. But he's got one. He's got one. I was trying to highlight your comment before, and I couldn't do it because this thing isn't set up for highlighting comments. That's all right. No ASMR for you guys. This is in really nice condition. Again, I don't know if it works. I'll have to test that out. Eldiner says that Japan uses the same power standard, so I don't have to worry about the voltage or anything. But I'm not positive about that. And then this thing is the RAM adapter. So this plugs into the top of the Famicom. This plugs into the disk system, and that's how it interfaces. And I could theoretically also plug this into my my AVS and use it that way. So that's exciting. But regardless, super cool indeed. I am psyched about this. So that I will have to test out. That's probably this weekend. Very exciting.
Smells like the 80s.
Corey says it smells like the 80s. Oh, he doesn't have one in the box? Is that true? Okay. But wait. There's more. So the thing that I actually was looking for, the thing that I actually wanted, that then led me to getting all this other stuff. And this you may not know. Some of you may not actually know what this thing is, because you may not have heard about this one as much, and you probably can't even really see what it is that well through the bubble wrap. So let me cut that off for a second here. Okay, I really don't want to damage the box. I might have just damaged the box, but I can't really be sure because, anyway. All right, Michael knows what this thing is. Family Basic. This thing is a keyboard. This is a Famicom keyboard for Family Basic, which is a cartridge that you plug into the Famicom and then use it to run programs. And this is what I was actually looking for. So, wow, okay. Here's your Family Basic manual here, all in Japanese. Yeah. All right, well, I will say this. This doesn't look like it's in as nice condition as some of the ones that I was finding online. This is the Famicom Basic cartridge, version 1, I believe, that goes into your Famicom or your NES. And there's a version 3, which is a red cartridge, which is considerably more rare, I believe. And then here's the actual keyboard, which is very yellowed. Not as nice as some of the ones that I've been seeing elsewhere. But that's the actual keyboard, which I think looks pretty cool. Right? Like, I like the look of this thing, like the colors of it. I think it's yellowed. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be white or not. Keys aren't super clicky, but hopefully it works. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I hope it does. So the reason I wanted this is, I want to say it's Force of Illusion. No, it's Gaming Alexandria. Mentioned on Twitter recently that they have a project where people are, here if you want to see this, where people are transcribing. So Famicom Family Basic code was published in like magazines and things like that in the 80s, and you could transcribe the code into your Famicom and then play a game that somebody had made. And some of them were supposedly like actually pretty good. And so there's this project where they want people to essentially type in all those games so that people can run them. And to do that, you need a keyboard. I can run Family Basic off of my EverDrive if I wanted to. So getting that cartridge isn't necessary, but I did need a keyboard. And I actually could plug this into my NES because I have an EXP board on the bottom of it. Anyway, it gives me the plug that I can attach it to. But now I have also...
Interesting that it's just small and close together. Have you tried it?
Yeah, Cora's commenting on the closeness of the keys. I can also plug this into the AVS, I realize, because there's actually a plug in the back of the AVS that'll work. So I'll probably be using it on there. So yeah, you can program games just like in Basic Comic Man. Now I need the Famicom ROB. I don't even have an NES ROB, but that would be cool. It's a decent keyboard, one of the chiclet ones. The keys are smaller and closer together, as Cora just pointed out, but I think it's probably fine. It's pretty sweet looking. I'm excited. So this is what I was looking for, and then I found tons of other stuff. Need a Famicom light gun too, and the 3D set too, right? So anyway, I now have 3 Famicom peripherals in the box, which is ridiculous.
What about this?
Yeah, I'll throw that one in there too. But wait, there's more.
What?
So, just offhandedly in this listing, the guy's like, also there are some games. So included in this are some games which I own in some capacity, and I don't know if they actually work. But this is the Famicom Disk System version of The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
Gasp.
Yep, Legasp. And this is the Famicom Disk System version of Castlevania.
What?
Which is also pretty cool. So I've got two of those. Oh, Cora wants to see them.
Give them.
More Faints in Spanish. And so now that you guys have all seen all this, what do you think I paid for this lot of games? For these boxed systems, and okay, hold on. There's also these things. This is a boxed copy of pretty poorly boxed copy. It's in bad shape. Boxed copy of a Famicom game, just a cartridge game. This is Ice Climber, and this is something I won't be able to play, but I'm really happy to have this. This is Dragon Warrior 3.
What?
Dragon Quest 3.
I love
the
this.
Famicom.
Yeah.
With the Akira Toriyama art on it, which is really nice. And oh, hold on, there's another disc system game here. Castlevania 2: Simon's Quest on disc system. So that's pretty sweet. So Comic Man says he thinks I paid $500 for this. Richard thinks I paid, I think tongue in cheek, I paid $1,000 in my left eye, which Cora would probably not let me do.
Nope.
Eldiner thinks I paid $88.95.
There you go.
So you have a second Famicom he will give away to one lucky viewer. Actually, he did say he was probably going to be selling more Famicom stuff in the future. So yeah, exactly. Dyer, Ice Climber with the Seal Icon Club. I don't actually own Ice Climber on the NES, and the price of that has been going up. And initially, I wasn't a huge fan of Ice Climber, but I think I kind of might want to spend some more time with it. So now I have a copy of it. It was nice. So, any other guesses? This is The Price is Right. But anyway, now I have a giant box and a bunch of bubble wrap and a few other boxes. So
soon that box will contain 2 more cats, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the cats are going to go in there. Mr. Matthews says $200. Dyer says I signed a contract written in blood, and Richard says $4.99. So Mr. Matthews comes the closest. I actually paid. So technically, I paid $150. Michael says $350. I paid $150 for all this stuff, plus $20 shipping. And he definitely underbid me on the shipping because I saw the receipt when he sent it, and the packaging and shipping cost way more than that. He had originally listed it like 100 and I think he had originally listed it as 180 or something and marked it down to 150. And I was like, really? Like, if that's true, I need to buy this. And Mr. Matthews says that is a screaming deal. Comic Man says that's mad cheap, son. Now, hopefully all this stuff actually works. I haven't tested any of it out yet. I'm hoping that at least some of it works. Michael says that's nuts. Yeah, so this is like the first time I've ever gotten like such a big deal on Facebook Marketplace. I didn't need any of this stuff except technically I needed the keyboard. And the keyboard that I saw listed online for a loose keyboard was selling for like about $80 or so. A boxed copy, which I was thinking about getting, was like $100 to $150 or so. And so I saw that and I was like, if this is an actual like legitimate deal and this guy's not trying to take my money and run, then I need to go for it. So, yeah. Must be an EC minus fan. I don't think he knows who I am, Mr. Matthews. And Eldiner points out that Zelda 2 and Simon's Quest both have enhanced audio better than the American versions. And Dyer says, holy flirking schnit. Does it come with reversi? That's a good question. I don't think so. That's funny. So yeah, there you have it. That is what I got. That is my haul. And I get to test some of this stuff out later this week. Michael says just Castlevania alone can cost you that sometimes if you're not careful. Really? I didn't even look up the individual prices for this, but when I saw this deal, I was messaging Omega Ace about it, and then I was like, oh, hold on, his sister are games with it too, and I posted the picture of him, and Omega was like, ah. Yeah, I think I did okay, and I felt bad. I thought Cora was going to look askance at my purchase, but I feel it has met her approval. So
I support
I don't know. Yeah. Well, it felt like a lot of money to me. All I got to do is sell another book or something, right? Sell a story or whatever. But anyway, thank you all for hanging out for that bit.
Woo!
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm excited about this. So I need to figure out how this Family Basic thing works so that I can try to translate some of these games, transcribe some of these games in here. I guess first I need to learn Japanese. I don't know. I think actually there's a translation of this manual. You want this?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the manual.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it was a noble fan. Trust me, this was some stranger. This was a stranger who had no idea who I am, as far as I can tell. Like he could just have been playing it cool. But I didn't even haggle with him because I probably could have tried to bargain. I should have been like, oh, would you take one? I don't like doing that, and it seemed like such a steal in the first place. I was just like, is this available? Will you ship it to me? and he's like, yeah. I was like, I will take that. Like, please let this be a real thing, because I couldn't believe it. Like, Eldina says if the missus is okay with it, you did good. She was like, if it brings you joy, then, it's fine. So, yeah. Yeah, these are neat. I've never actually, held a disk system game before. Kind of cool. I really wonder if these will work or not, That's kind of cool.
That musty smell.
The musty smell, indeed. Yeah. Such a good fake 3D printed system hollow on the inside. Oh no, the case for this one is broken. Where do you get new disk system cases?
What's the game look like? What? That's amazing.
Yeah. Kind of cool. Yeah, Omega's been streaming these. So he has a Famicom. So he has a camera on the disk system, so when people can see him switching them and everything. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I agree, Dyer. So, yeah, that is the stuff what I got. I'm pretty excited. Oh, this seems to have a manual in here. Hey, it's a really messy manual for Dragon Quest III. Well, that's kind of nice.
So cute.
It's really cute. It's tiny.
Although for a minute I thought on the back there was a poop emoji, and I was like, "What?" But it's a slime.
It's a slime.
But it's kind of like
it is brown. It is brownish. It is a brownish slime. Who's to say?
Who knows?
So Dragon Quest III. That's cool.
The precursor of the poop emoji.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, should I play a little bit more XEVIOUS?
What an exciting time.
Indeed. I don't think this has a manual. This is just... Nope. This is just Ice Climber.
Only one?
There is only one. I don't think you team up in a 2-player game. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's true. You do club seals in this version of the game. They replace the seals with the Yetis in the North American release. Have I gotten any CIB Fami games before, Dyer? No. I think the only one that I have is Battle Kid, the Perilous Trap, or whatever they call it, the Famicom reboot of it, or upgrade of it. Mr. Matthews says I should play some Famicom Disk System games now. Could take a little while to set that up. So probably not, but...
Good night, every person.
Cora's going away. She says good night. Good night. PETA angering action. Yeah, kind of sad. Yeah. There aren't many left, I don't think. Seals? Or Wii U exclusive games? Check the flaps on the box. Sometimes they include little pics and such. Well, this one has no flap. The other flap might be intact. There's nothing on this one as far as I can tell. I don't think Dragon Quest III has anything on this one. Oh, wait, you're right. It does have like a little insignia or something on the flap here, which you probably can't really see very well. Nope, too bright. It's got like the little, some sort of crest on there. That's kind of cool. Yeah. I mean, I do actually still have my copy of Dragon Warrior 3. So, yeah, this one's missing flaps. Cora's leaving, unsubscribe. Oh, Sean Robinson. But once again, the inconsistency of Famicom games, like these boxes are different sizes, you know. Anywho, ugh, kind of want to wash my hands now. All right, I will stream a little bit more of this, or should I? I don't know if I should switch to Battle Kid 2 or not, and try to get through that gauntlet. I don't think I want to stream for too long tonight because I've got to do some chores around the house. But anyway, that was fun. I also got a copy of Alwa's collection for the Switch this week, but that's slightly less exciting. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in checking all this stuff out. I think I do need to get... I'll double check on the power situation. I don't want to blow anything up. I feel like I saw that you need to get a different power plug for them. Actually, I don't think the disk system had a power supply, so I think I need to get a power supply for it, or I can use batteries. I saw that the Genesis power supply supposedly works, like the Model 1 power supply works on the Famicom. But everything I've seen suggests that you use a transformer with the Famicom plug. And I thought about getting the something like the Triad or something like that, where you can plug in an NES and a Genesis, and then I can use the same plug for my actual NES and also then plug it into the Famicom, and I might have the Famicom set up next to the NES or actually behind it. I don't know where I'm going to put that if I decide to keep it plugged in or just leave it on the shelf. I don't know. But I'd like to test it out, so I might need to order some AC adapters this week. But if anybody else knows, like for sure, better than I do, please let me know what I should be doing for power supplies. I thought about just getting C batteries for the disk system because I don't know that I'm going to use it that heavily. I don't really have many disk system games, but I may pick some up. Some of those exclusives like Otaki, like basically I'll probably end up getting whatever games Omega Ace has, right? He's cultivating a pretty nice collection of disk system games. But they do run very well on the EverDrive. Famicom Disk System stuff. So. But it's cool. I've just been eyeing Famicoms for the longest time, and I never pulled the trigger on them. And usually I think like the RF ones, like the original Famicoms, sell for like around anywhere between like $30 to $60 for a decent one. I don't know why I did that. Oh, thank you, Comic Man. Yeah, that was fun. That was a good haul. That was a giant box. And Cora came home and she's like, "What's in the box?" It's like, there's a story behind that. And I started telling her about the keyboard thing and why I wanted the keyboard as like kind of the prelude for all this. And I think she was busy doing something for work, so I think she was just humoring me. But yeah, I ended up with all that stuff just because I wanted a keyboard. That I can at least test out right away because I can just plug that into my AVS and see how it works. Actually, I can also plug it into the bottom of my NES. I think the AVS is easier. Yeah, because I have a thing on the bottom on my NES. So, like you guys know about the, I know Michael knows about this thing. There's an expansion port on the bottom of the NES that was never used in North America. But there's this thing called the EXP board, which you can plug something into that expansion slot, and it enables expanded audio, Famicom expanded audio on the NES on the front loader. So I have that because I got it when I happened to get into this hobby like 5 years ago or so, and I wanted the EverDrive. I got the EverDrive, and I really wanted the expanded audio, and I found one retailer that was still selling this thing online. And it was like $20. And I guess shortly afterwards, they disappeared. Like there was one guy who's making these things and supplying them. And how do I attack this thing? Do I have to bomb it? Nuts. Okay, I'll try that again, I guess. And as part of that, you can also attach Famicom peripherals through that port. Like the keyboard, so. But yeah, that EXP board is like rare now, I guess, because I mean, there's probably not that many people looking for it necessarily. But and I think you can actually do the same thing if you just bridge certain connections on your NES. And Infinite NES Lives, INL. Is supposed to be releasing a similar board at some point. Do I have to bomb this? How do I even attack this thing? Okay. Oh, there you go. Hey, I did it. Anyway, it's a neat thing. Did I not get another one up? Didn't I get one up at like 20,000? I guess not. Whoa. Oh, no. Okay. What stage am I even in? How can I tell? It's getting a little intense here. Ah! Ah! Good grief. Oh, no. Nuts. Okay. Let's see here. Nintendo, Konami, and Namco's early Famicom games came in smaller boxes. Jalico put theirs in some big boxes later on. Leela's collection? Leela's collection. I don't use my FDS much, but I do have an FDS stick that plugs into the RAM adapter. Yeah, I thought about getting an FDS stick, but I mean, I guess it's basically the same as using an EverDrive, right? Right. Ogre Battle 64 was a Japanese exclusive N64DD, right? I don't know anything about Ogre Battle 64. Isn't that on the Switch Online? The keyboard is a very interesting idea. The Famicom never died, just taking a long nap. There says I got a good deal. Have the FDS stick 2 for use with the analog NT Mini. Cool. The FDS stick, I wasn't sure if it was still available or not, but maybe I should just get one. Like, that would be kind of fun to have that thing plugged in, right? I was wondering if the expanded audio would work if you just adapted with a 60 to 72 pin converter. Yeah, I think so. Have to drop a bomb right in the center of the Android Genesis. All right, Paul from Infinite NES Lives was making one that only expanded the audio. He was playing or selling really cheap and never got completed. I thought he had a whole bunch of them. And he was just like gonna sell them. And I think I saw like somebody has one. Like, doesn't Justin have one of these? Anyway, if it's just the expanded audio, like, I guess I don't really need it. But he was installing it with like a little pot so you could adjust the audio balance. I don't know, but I would buy a new one. Oh, you have one. You have one of the INL adapters. Oh, he's giving them out at MagFest. Okay, so that's how people got them. Gotcha. Oh, so he's abandoned. He's not going to sell it, because I keep telling people he's going to sell one. I think there is a market for them. So I was in stage 2. Okay, thanks, Dyer. You have to use a button to flip the sides, whereas the EverDrive does it automatically. There is a way in the EverDrive Pro to... so the EverDrive Pro and 8 Pro has a button on the top, and you can use that to switch discs. But you can also just disable it and have it switch automatically if you want. So, anyway, that's interesting. He sold them eventually. Okay, I wasn't sure if he was still doing it, but I know it's been a while. Like, he's been talking about it for like 3 or 4 years, I feel like. I think there is a demand for them if he wants to, monetize, as they say. I thought he had a whole batch of them ready already, and he just had to do something with the store to like update it. But it's also like a weird time for selling components, I suppose. So it doesn't do, so it doesn't have an attachment for like Famicom expansion peripherals, huh? It's interesting, because I know, isn't there? I thought there was somebody was working on that in association with that Wi-Fi adapter for the NES. Oh, nuts. He's just been perpetually backed up. Yeah. Hey, Jack Haberdasher, I remember renting this. Cool. Yeah. Is this on the Switch Online? Like the NES Online? I forget which one they have. I don't know if they have ZEVIOUS. It's okay. It's fun. It's fun. It's fine. I got a new phone, primarily for better pupper pics. It's better in other ways. Cool. Yes, I was watching a little video that Rock Solid Productions did today about the Samsung S22, and he's been posting pictures and video from that thing, and it looks pretty good. But I'm not in the habit of spending a ton of money on phones anymore. I use Ting to do a month-to-month, where you only pay for like what you use, and you can bring your own phones to that platform for the most part. So I always buy just like the cheapest decent smartphone I can find, because I'm too used to dropping them and them breaking. I don't want to spend a ton of money on a phone anymore. And anything that allows me to spend less time on my phone because it's too slow or whatever is probably for the best. There was a time in my life where I think having a higher end phone was essential, or just was better. I think when I was on the go more, when I was living in New York. But like, let's face it, I'm home most of the time now, and that was true even before the pandemic, because I'm a dad, and I don't go out that much. For a while, it was useful for work when I was commuting, and I needed to get online on the train, and I wanted to make a hotspot or something. That was helpful. Because Amtrak Wi-Fi is pretty crappy. I should have blown that up. Sometimes it's hard to tell like what level these things are on. Like, are they floating? Are they on the ground? Oh no! Oh! Ah! That line of tanks where the Grob does. Oh, good night, Dyer. Thanks for coming by, man. I'm looking forward to your videos. Thanks for all the information tonight as well, Dyer. So that is the kind of information you will get from his streams or his videos. Plus witty commentary and hilarious exchanges with his wife. Graphics are pretty rudimentary here. I think they get the job done. I'll have to try that Atari version of this. I actually really like the, I think it's... Is it the MSX version of Star Force? Oh no. One of those older ones is really good. Yeah, of course. I'm always willing to help if I can. Oh, man. Okay. Is there anything exciting going on in your lives, folks? Is everybody playing, what's that new game that just came out? Elden Ring? I've heard it's really hard. And there's a lot of game to it. It's that and Horizon Forbidden West. Like, it's amazing that those two things came out at the same time. I haven't been playing too many modern games. The most modern game I've been actively playing lately is whatchamacallit, Dying Light with some friends. So that's cool. Oh no. Wish there was some more interesting music, super repetitive. Yeah. My life is midterm assignments and soon as reading week to really double down on my Twine novel. I have to remember to send you that link. You know what, Richard? Can you send me a Twitter DM reminding me to send you the link, and then I'll do it, because I may forget. And you're playing Pokemon Arceus? That's cool. I'm playing Metroid Dread. I started that, but I haven't been able to get back to it much. Mostly because I've been playing like Battle Kid 2 and like older games. I started playing Castle of Illusion on the Master System recently for like a challenge, which I'm not like seriously a contender for. I just decided to use it as an excuse to finally try the game out, and I got to the last stage, and then I died. I lost all my lives. So I'm probably going to finish that up pretty soon, like maybe this weekend, because I think I'm pretty close to the end of it. And I don't know if I should stream it or if I should just like record it. Why did I do that? Don't really play modern games unless they're indie. The last one I really enjoyed was Hunt Down. I haven't heard of that one. I do mostly only play indie modern games as well. But every now and then I get ambitious and I'm like, I want to play this other thing. and then I'm usually terrible at it, or it doesn't capture my interest. I've been playing the Gloomhaven game with some friends also for a while. Kind of a bummer you can't like speed up your ship at any point in this game. Sound like Dyer's a big fan of this game, but I don't know. What's your go-to shoot 'em up, folks? Like, I've played a bunch on the NES. I've played a whole bunch of them all in a row, like Starship Hector and Star Force and stuff like that. And I like them all pretty well. But like this style of shoot 'em up, like an arcade style thing. I picked up the Twin Bee games on Famicom, Twin Bee and Twin Bee 3. Even though I had a tough time with Stinger, I hear that Twin Bee 3 is actually pretty good. Whoops. Hold on. Here and there I'll work on Rastan for the arcade. Yeah, me too. I've been poking at that one a little bit. Rastan and Shinobi are childhood games that I've never beaten. I've been playing. I need to play more of the Master System game 2 version of that. A lot of modern games are a little too big in scope for my taste. Like Witcher 3 was great, but took a lifetime. I think that I've been trying to figure this out because especially with like JRPGs. I started playing Earthbound, by the way, Earthbound Beginnings, but I haven't gotten back to it yet because I think I'm going to focus more on Metroid Dread at the moment. But like so a game that takes like 100 hours, like seems overwhelming, and I don't really want to get into that. But I'll play a game like Battle Kid 2, which I guess it's not going to take me 100 hours to beat it, but I'm done like 20 streams and figure an average of like 2 hours a stream. Like that's like 40 hours of my life already I've put into Battle Kid 2, and probably more than that because I didn't stream all of it. So it's just a different usage of my time, right? I don't know. I'm just trying to reconcile that because I tend to think of retro games as like these are really short games that I can play and beat pretty quickly, but some of them require you to just like memorize things and play them over and over again. On the other hand, I played like Worm last week, or yeah, I guess it was last week, and I beat it, in one stream. So that was like three and a half or 4 hours. And Metal Slayer Glory was 2 streams. So I can finish these games in a more reasonable period of time for the most part. But games like Battle Kid 2 or Dragon Spirit or Contra, where you have to learn and memorize and stuff, you can beat them in 20 minutes. But it takes you like maybe, certainly like 6 or 7 hours or something like that to like master them well enough. Stampede says go-to is Silver Surfer or Guardian Legend. Oh, those are good choices. I need to get back to Guardian Legend at some point. Kongman says as fun as Just Cause 4 is, I can't imagine spending 100 hours in that world. Yeah, Cora, I guess platinumed, is that what you call it? Platinumed The Witcher 3 because she enjoyed it so much. Just kept playing it, and then they had all the DLC and everything, and there's all these side quests. Jack says Soldier Blade on TG16 is my favorite shoot 'em up. Okay. Yeah, TurboGrafx had a lot of shoot 'em ups on there. Yeah, I guess if you're really invested in the world, and I feel like I've sort of dreamed of a game like that where I enjoy it so much that I just want to play that game all the time, and that it's expansive enough that I can just play that game all the time and have it be fun. But I think I would probably get bored of it, right? Or I would want to play other games at some point. Even Animal Crossing, like, wore out its welcome with me. I haven't gotten back to it much. But it's nice to kind of pop in once in a while and just kind of see what's going on and try to recapture some of those memories. But there are games like No Man's Sky is supposed to be really good, right? I haven't played that yet, but I'm very curious about it. I'm not sure that I'm actually going to like it or be good at it. But I have to be difficult. I have to be careful about what longer games I play, because the nice thing about these retro games is, okay, so that's I think the distinction is like, okay, even if they take you a long time, they are more pick up and play than for the most part than a modern game is. If I take like 3 months off from a game, like an RPG, I'm completely lost when I get back into it. And probably when I get back to BioShock, I'm going to be in trouble. But I could take 3 months off from XEVIOUS, and maybe I'll be a little bit rusty or whatever, but I can get my skills back, right? Pretty quickly, if I have to. So I think that's a little bit more forgiving. Certainly anything I can play on the Switch, like an indie game I can play on the Switch, I can just pause my progress. Except it doesn't work as well since my son uses my Switch as well, and he'll just close stuff or... Oh, darn, I didn't do it. Okay. Over 300 hours on that game each in Animal Crossing. Wow. Me and Cassie use Pokemon as our remote distancing game when we work to complete a Pokedex. That's cool. Yeah, having some sort of shared environment is kind of a neat idea. Genesis Mega Drive had the best space shooters in my opinion. Trunkston, Zero Wing, Garius, didn't they just re-release that? Sagia, Fantasy Zone, Thunder Force. Yeah, they had a lot of cool games. Like I said, though, I'm just not inherently good at these, so they usually do require me to just sit and memorize them. It took me a long time to beat Dragon Spirit. So I have to really enjoy them to like really commit myself to playing through them, I think. And Dragon Spirit was that kind of game for me because every stage was so different, and the music was awesome. The power-up system was cool. Like, it was just a lot of fun to play, and it seemed pretty fair and doable. Darn it. Glade Lancer. You'd love a Dragon Ball Z bullet hell shooter. That'd be interesting. You know, I think I could see myself picking this up from time to time and playing it. I'll have to try some Super XEVIOUS. What are those things? Thank goodness they stopped firing after a certain while. Now, where's that thing gonna show up? Coming up soon? Oh. Zero Solvalu left. Steel Empire is one of my favorites. Not technically a space shooter, but it's a side-scrolling shooter. Cool steampunk theme. You can play as a blimp with some of the best retro music. Oh, that sounds cool. Oh, in other news, I took out my Laserdisc players the other day to try to see if they work, because Cora brought home a few Laserdiscs for me from a friend's house. That they were getting rid of them, and didn't actually even know why they had Laserdiscs, because they did not have a Laserdisc player. But anyway, I got some new Laserdiscs, and I was like, let me try out my Laserdisc player. It'd be kind of cool to have one set up. Probably not up here in my gaming area, because there's no room for a Laserdisc player, but I could probably fit one down in the media room and be the only one to watch Laserdiscs because nobody else cares. But anyway, One of them, my workhorse Laserdisc player doesn't work anymore. Or it works, like it'd play movies, but the disc tray doesn't open without some coaxing. So I need to figure out how to fix that one. I think that one I'm hoping might be simple enough if I just like add some grease to it. Some silicone, I think silicone grease. Or is it lithium grease? Might be lithium grease. The other one does not, I don't know if it plays discs, but it won't play. Well, I know it doesn't play discs because it's just like, something's just not moving inside, like the motor or the gear or a belt or something's not working. That one I had purchased for $25 apparently on eBay about 8 years ago to be a backup Laserdisc player, oddly enough, because I had a pretty nice Laserdisc collection and I wanted to make sure I'd always be able to play it, but apparently not. So I need to see if I can get those things fixed. I'm gonna do some troubleshooting. It's like another project for me, and hopefully I'll be able to find something that will help me. I can't tell how many lives I have at the moment. But I might try doing a live stream of just going through my Laserdisc collection someday and talking about them. Because I have some cool stuff. Oh, darn it. So yeah, that one that works, but requires a little bit of coaxing. I'm not sure if that's really viable, if that actually is working, But I can try to get it fixed. I can try to fix it myself. Otherwise, I have no idea what Laserdisc players are going for these days. If I should buy one, or if I should just call it quits and like sell my collection. Or the problem is nobody wants to buy Laserdiscs, so I'd either be giving them away or throwing them out. I don't want to throw them out. Some of them are really cool. Like I have a box set of like Kimbergory Orange Road from Animigo. It is like skee-ball. It was very painful when we moved, and I did cull some things out of my collection that I just like left them out. I hoped that somebody would take them, but probably they just ended up in the trash. Like that scene in Back to the Future 2. But people just don't really care about that stuff. And it was pretty common stuff at the time. Donate to the Frisbee Golf Leagues. Nice. Might be a belt or gear problem. Yeah, I'll have to check it out, Eldiner. I think there are repairs places, but I don't know. I'll probably try to fix them, make it a project. If I can't fix them, maybe I'll see what Laserdisc players are going for these days. A friend of mine has a Laser Active. He's had it since we were kids. And he's got some cool games on there, like Popful Mail. And these like Power Stone games. Like he's got these laser games. Like they're sort of the same style as Dragon's Lair. So they're like quick time games. I wonder if it still works. I don't know when's the last time we tried to use it, but could be. It's a beautiful Pioneer system. Could be susceptible to the same kinds of problems. Oops. Laserdisc players are super expensive. If you can get yours working, get paid what you paid easily and then some. Really? I did not know they were that expensive. I mean, Laserdiscs, as far as I can tell, aren't that expensive anymore. Although when I got into Laserdiscs, I mean, DVDs were already out, and people were getting rid of their collections and upgrading everything to DVD. So I could get a bunch of Laserdiscs for like $3. There were places in Chinatown that sold Laserdiscs, along with records and things. So I bought a ton of stuff. I don't know, some of them aren't necessarily exclusives, but some of them are things that you can't really get easily anymore. Oops, wow. Yeah, I had no idea they were expensive though. I guess everything's expensive now, all these old retro things. I was thinking about getting I have a bunch of VCRs that still work because I had a big VHS collection, and I never got rid of my VCRs if they still worked. So I've got a couple of those. But I was considering, I looked to see if you could buy like the VCR that I had as a kid, which was like a top-loading Panasonic. It's gigantic. And yeah, I found one online and it was super cheap. It was like, I don't even know if it works. Like I kind of just want it for the nostalgia purpose of it. But what do I do with that? Where do I even put that thing? I think the one that we had when I was a kid actually stopped working after a certain point, and that's probably why I don't have it anymore. It had a remote, but the remote was wired, and it just had like a couple buttons on it, shiny silver buttons. Oh, you know, I think I saw somewhere that there's like a one-up in a lake somewhere, if you bomb it. I don't know which lake it is, though. I saw that in one of the walkthroughs. It might have been one of the earlier lakes. I should remember to bomb that next time. Of course, leave it to me. Like my problem with this whole retro gaming thing is I'll spend a ton of money on like one thing, and then I'll eventually spend a bunch of money and get something that makes that thing useless or unnecessary. So like, you know, I get all these mini consoles or whatever, and then I get the Mister. Or I spend a bunch of money on, on the Restaurant 5 or whatever, and then I'll get the AVS. But specifically, I was thinking I got these Famicom cartridge adapters to play my Famicom games on my NES, and now I've got a freaking Famicom. So, although it's still valuable in that I can't really easily stream from the Famicom because it's RF, so I don't know how to do an output from that except if I use one of my CRTs, which is another example. I had all these like CRTs that I kept replacing with another CRT that was slightly bigger, but I have one CRT that has AV outputs on it, so I could do RF in, AV out. But I'll probably just use my NES for streaming Famicom games, or the AVS. Normal Laserdiscs aren't super expensive if you have any of the special editions or ones with enhanced audio or whatever. Those can be pricey. VCRs aren't worth anything. I paid $20 for one last year. Oh, good night, Richard. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, it's all about the retro console journey, indeed. How much y'all want to bet he gets an AV Famicom next week? No, Cora, I need this. Oh, man. I thought about it, but there's really no need for that, right? Although there's no need for the Famicom either now that you mention it. So, point taken. That's funny, though. I honestly think I am going to be calling it a night pretty soon as well. I'm kind of tired. I think I'm going to do some reading, and then I have to do some like chores around the house. I have to clean up because we actually are having Cora's boss is over for dinner tomorrow night, so I'm trying to clean up a little bit, and I'm also cooking tomorrow, so it'll be an interesting, busy day. But I'm actually really tired. Like all the excitement of opening up that Famicom, right? Maybe this is the... No, that's not the lake. I have no idea where it would... Oh! Yes! There it is! Got a one-up. Cool. I was just going right past that thing this whole time. So that's interesting. It's at the crossroads. I think that might be the only one up in the game. I actually don't know. So I may just try to get up early and get my work stuff out of the way, my day job stuff out of the way as much as I can, and then I can clean a little bit in the afternoon and prepare for this dinner. I'm actually enjoying this pretty well. It's kind of like I don't have to focus too much on it. I can have a conversation. I can't read the chat, but I can have a conversation. I need this Polybius machine. It's not an addiction. He can quit whenever he wants. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Richard. Well, it is like the only thing I really spend my money on. Like, even aside from even books. I guess I buy books occasionally, but games are pretty much the only thing I buy these days. Or it's stuff for the Spud, or it's, you know, bills and whatnot. So all that stuff, you know, should come first. But can I get another one up? No, it's too much to ask for. Don't be greedy, man. Don't. Made some pulled pork tacos today. Super easy. Slow cooker. Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, we've got a more slightly. Actually, it's overall a pretty easy menu, sort of a surf and turf thing. But I'm not the most talented cook. Well, I mean, I can cook pretty well, but it takes me longer, I think, to follow a recipe and do it the right way, and it gets harder when there's more components to the meal. Yeah, it just takes a while. It just takes preparation, and mainly on top of all that, I still have like stuff to tidy around the house and whatnot. So it's just a lot. I find the sound of these things dying pretty satisfactory. But like, I was gonna say rapid fire would be great. There actually is. It just fires, like, it has auto fire if you just hold down the button. Huh, okay. I don't know if that's better or not. Oops. 10 years in kitchens have made me a reckless food monster. I've gotten more comfortable in the kitchen. I don't know how I ended up being the one to cook for us, but I feel like anyone can cook. You know, like they say in Ratatouille, anyone can cook. But somehow it's usually me. Part of it might just be a time thing. I actually don't mind cooking. In some ways, I kind of like it. I hate cleaning up afterwards, though. Oops. Just trying to lure the thing away. Definitely been spending more on games lately than I normally had been. Once I started picking up some Famicom games, that was bad. That was a bad evolution in my collecting. Except that I am delighted by the Famicom cartridges, and I think I've just been avoiding it all this time because I didn't want to get sucked into the whole thing. But I'm actually really into them. Oh, nuts. Game over. Alright. I think I'll do one more run. And then I think I will call it a night. I may stream this weekend. I haven't decided yet. I don't know what I would stream if I did, except that I think I was going to do Castlevania Rebirth. Kind of interested in doing that soon, so maybe that, if I can fit it in. I kind of want to get back to BioShock, and I kind of just want to stick with doing some simpler games. I don't know. Ugh. I cook to impress. If I'm just cooking for me, it's mostly like a tuna sandwich. I don't necessarily need to impress, but I do like it when people enjoy my meal, right? But you're right. If it's just me, I'm making ramen. I'm making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm just going to eat tuna fish out of the can. I'll eat leftovers. Like, if it's just me, the food is just for fuel. Which is why it's so frustrating when I put a lot of time into a meal and Spud doesn't even want to eat it. Because he's just, like, got a very limited palate at the moment. For some reason. He's had a much broader palate when he was older. I mean, when he was younger. Now it's just kind of gotten like, I just want a sandwich. Alright, here's the 1-up. Isn't it? Oh, shoot, I thought the 1-up was, like, right there. Wow, game over. Alright, I lied. Let's do one more run. That ended too quickly. Did I open the box yet? I did. I did, GMC. You missed the whole thing. Some people don't grow out of that. Did people who are picky eaters. Cora is kind of picky about certain things, but she also does eat a wide variety of other things. So there's only certain ingredients that she's not keen on, and I can't really blame her for that, even though it adds an extra dimension of challenge to some recipes. And I think the kid has maybe gotten that from her, perhaps. Oh, darn it. Again. Box was a visual journey into lands far past. I like that. Need an intervention about my XEVIOUS addiction. Oh, this is the only game I'm ever going to play from now on. Forget about all those other inferior games. We don't need them. XEVIOUS. XEVIOUS now and forever. All the time. This is now a XEVIOUS channel. I'm going to change my my channel name to XEVIOUS Vids. Because what you will find here are XEVIOUS Vids. And what more could you ask for? I missed the 1-up. Where was it? Curse you! Curse you, game. Yeah, I mean, this is perfectly fine diversion, but it's not the most compelling game. It's no Mel Slater glory, that's for sure. Ah, got cornered up there. Scroll back in time on this. What a nice looking family computer, Famicom. Yeah, they do look more like toys. I think it's in good condition. Change my gender, my legal name, gender, and sexual orientation to XEVIOUS. Was it brand new in box? It is not brand new, but the controllers still have their shrink wrap on them, which is kind of nice. I guess, I don't even know if I should take that off or not, but I think that's pretty cool. Good condition. I mean, not shrink wrap, but like a plastic film on the... Oh, there... Whoa, is that another 1-up? Or is that just points? That one might have just been points. So you got a bomb like everywhere, apparently. Unlock this game's secrets. Yeah, the Famicom looks a little dusty and slightly yellow, but, you know, what are you going to do? As long as you're willing to try food, it's okay to be picky. If you aren't willing to do that, it's a bit of a problem. Yeah, exactly. And a friend of mine used to not be into other cuisines and turned down, like, sushi and stuff like that. And over time, his palate broadened a bit, so it wasn't always just like, I just want cheeseburgers or spaghetti or whatever. Oh, wow, that was a lucky shot. Or I was in an unlucky spot. Oh, Okay, got one up. This game doesn't want me to quit. But yeah, my shoot 'em up of choice, to answer the question, is Galaga. Although I want to spend a little bit more time with Gal Plus on NES, or in general. But Galaga's the game, and that's pretty simple too. In that sense, this is kind of like more of an evolution of that, right? But I did buy a lot of shoot 'em ups on the Famicom, so. Whoa. Alright, well, that's that, I guess. Oh my gosh. Oh, man. My 1X was really bad, wouldn't even eat burgers without my pressuring her. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's hard to fault people for some of the things. Like, you know, they have perfectly legitimate reasons for I guess, you know, their hesitation, right? However, Parodius might be one of my favorites. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've been looking at getting Parodius Da on the Famicom at some point. All right, folks. Well, thank you so much. That was a fun stream. I appreciate... I should do this thing that Omega Ace always does. He always switches to his camera at the end. I appreciate hanging out. It was fun. I'm pretty tired, so I should probably go to bed. And I'll probably get up early and just, you know, do that whole adult thing again. But I've got some new toys to play with, so that's cool. Very excited about that stuff. And, yeah, what else? I think that's about it. Have a good night. Have a good rest of the week. It's Wednesday. Like I said, I'll try to stream again this weekend. Something, maybe Castlevania Rebirth. Oh, good night, Disney Dame. Hope you got some good cleaning done. Good night, Comic Man. And, yeah, I'll be back on Monday night with more Battle Kit 2. I will be out of the Gauntlet of Evil, one way or the other. I'm going to try to post I'm going to try to record a full run through that and post that before Monday so that we don't have to do it again. And then next Wednesday I'll be playing Xexyz, Xexyz on the NES. And thanks Comic Man. And stream immediately goes back to ZEVIOUS. Yeah, lucky guess, Disney Dame, lucky guess. I need to add this chat thing here. Hold on a second. What am I looking for? Browser. Here, I can do this so that now I can highlight things and stream, and immediately goes back to ZEVIOUS. Exactly, right? How did you know what I was going to do, Eldiner? Have fun with your Zapper games on the Wii U. All right. Take care. Good night. I will catch you later. Thank you again so much for hanging out. This was fun.